Okay, please find a comfortable posture. Keep your back straight as much as you can. Gently close your eyes. Take a few deep, long breaths. Relax your whole body. Observe each part of your body from the top of your head to low of your toes. And get comfortable with your posture and your body. Again, take a few deep, long breaths and relax your body. And this beautiful morning, you all are here. And you are going to spend peaceful and relaxed time with yourself. Be grateful for this moment, your practice, also for your commitment. With these thoughts, let's start our practice. And let's practice self-love. Repeat these words to yourself lovingly and kindly. And same time, try to understand the meaning of each words. May I learn to forgive and accept myself. May I be well in mind and body. May I be skillful. May I be confident. May I learn to care for myself with joy and ease. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. While you are repeating these words, same time, feel yourself as your best friend. You are the best friend of yourself. That's why you are here and practicing with us. As a best friend, you always thinking to take care of yourself mentally and physically. Now imagine your loved ones. Imagine their faces individually. Maybe in your family, there is someone that really needs your blessings, your good wishes, everyone who is really close to you. Without any judgments, think, may all my loved ones be filled with loving kindness. May not any difficulties or dangers come to them. May they be able to take care of themselves happily. May they be strong and healthy, mentally and physically. If you want to change your posture, you can change it anytime. Be kind to your body. Just imagine, in this moment, you are thinking about loving thoughts. You are having a completely different mind. It is very peaceful and lovely and relaxed. And we can send our beautiful wishes towards all the living beings. May all the living beings be safe, be protected, May they be able to find peaceful and healthy environments. May they be able to take care of themselves happily. While we are practicing loving thoughts, we can skip our difficult ones. If you have any difficult people in your life, think of them without having any difficult thoughts or anger thoughts. Try to send your kindness, your good wishes towards your difficult ones. May my difficult people be well. Be happy. Be peaceful. May they be able to find noble friends. Now we can practice breathing meditation and take a few deep long breaths and slowly bring your attention to your breathing process. Bring your attention to the tip of your nose. While you are practicing, many thoughts may distract you. Let them come and go. And whenever you are having thoughts, just know you are having thoughts and please come back to your breath. Don't be sad or worry. This is your practice time. And let's start our meditation. And just allows your body to breathe naturally. And observe your inner and outer breath. Breathe in mindfully. Breathe out mindfully. When you are inhaling, you know that your body is inhaling. When you are exhaling, you know that your body is exhaling. Enjoy this moment with focusing on your natural breathing process. Again, if you are wondering, just know you are having thoughts and come back to your breathing process. Breathe in mindfully. Breathe out mindfully. Just imagine in this moment you are focusing on your breathing process that we usually aren't. The breath, it is always with us. That you all know, as a healthy person, we are having more than 24,000 breaths per day. But in this moment, you are observing, you are focusing on your breath. That we all know, whenever we are having a tough time, that's a one exercise we all do. Usually we take a moment, take a break, and then we are taking few long breaths. That short exercise can completely change your moment, how way you think, the situation. I do that always. It's mean the tool is always with you. It is your breath. Breath, it is teaching us so many lessons. Think about awareness, how to stay focused, and also there are so many. Therefore, be grateful for your practice and your commitment. You are sitting here peacefully and practicing meditation with us. It is wonderful that most people can't do. And also, while you are practicing breathing meditation, maybe you may notice many thoughts. They are rising, remaining and disappearing. That's the nature of our mind, always having thoughts. And now, please try to understand the nature of your mind. Slowly observe your inner world, your inside. You are the only one who can see you, who can see your inside. When you see, you can see your skillful mind, your beautiful mind, your good mind. Be grateful for your good mind. Try to develop your good thoughts every day. And also you can see your unskillful mind. Don't worry. If you see it, it means you can fix it. This practice will help you to develop your beautiful mind, to develop your good mind. And now please bring your hands together in front of your heart. Make a strong determination to apply this practice to your daily life, at least 2-3 minutes. May peace be with you. May all the living beings be well, be happy, be peaceful. Thanks so much. Okay, now we can start our chanting practice. Page number 4. Let's chant together. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Anicca-vata saṅkhāra uppada-vaya dhammino uppajjitva nirujjanti te saṅ-vupa samosukho sabbe sattā avera hontu sabbe sattā abhyapajja hontu sabbe sattā anegha hontu sabbe sattā sukhe attanaṃ pariharantu mano pubbangama dhamma mano setta manomaya manasace padutena bhasate va karo Nandukha manveti chakkaṃ vato padam mano pubbangama dhamma mano setta manomaya manasace pasannena bhasati va karoti va tato nan sukha manveti chāyāva anapāyini. Mind is the foreign of states. Mind is the foremost. Mind made Ade. If with a clear and confident mind, one should Ade speak or act. as follows. Shadow of beliefs. We believe in generosity towards others. We believe the skillful noble path is marked by generosity. Think generously, speak generously, act generously. We believe generosity is the heart of our spiritual practice, and this practice allows us to become more open, accepting, and forgiving. We believe extending generosity to ourselves and others is a direct of healing division, bringing joy and nurturing. My wish, may I become at all times, both now and forever, a protector for those without protection, a guide for those lost their way, a ship for those with an ocean to cross. A place of refuge for those, and a servant to all in need, by means of this meritorious deed. Only the wise, until the time attain nirvana. Okay, good morning everyone. How are you today? It is very happy to see you all, and thank you so much for being here, and nice to see many people. So today I would like to talk about, once in a while I share with you about my childhood, how I live my life in my temple in Sri Lanka. And so sometimes my friends and also my students, they are still in my temple, and they call and they're asking, how are you doing, Bhante? And sometimes they are happy, sometimes not. So then I'm talking with them, and because so I was very close teacher to them. Sometimes they came to me and they were telling me with about their personal life, some personal problems. So I help them so much, many different ways. So still they are talking to me, and they wanna see I'm doing good also here. And but many years ago, so I went to my temple 2001. I was 9 years old little boy. So the 2001 and now, it is completely different temple. And I know some of you visited our temple, and Tyler and Grant, and you three visited there, and I know some people. And so now it is a completely different temple. So back in the days, I remember where we were living. We were living a long hall. I think around 25 little monks, include me, we were living there, that hall. It was very, very old hall. So it was kind of spooky. And so that's the only place we had to live, because we didn't have enough buildings. So now more than 150 monks live in there. So, but that time, many monks, but no enough places, no enough hall or rooms. So the hall, it was very old. And behind the long hall, many bushes. It's like a little forest, and many bushes, and many trees. And the other thing is, always we saw many snakes, because of the bushes. Sometimes they were going through our hall. Sometimes they were under the beds. It was very dangerous. Sometimes I used to do that. Whenever I go to sleep, I check under the pillow, under the bed, also under the mattress. So I want to make sure there are no any snakes. Some were very poisonous, some were very innocent. The innocent ones, they are like this much big, more than 6-7 feet long, very gross. I don't like snakes. So it was very hard. So but every day, almost every evening, we had to do the same thing. And the hall, it was very old, and the windows, they were broken, and the night time, the cold wind, and we didn't have enough blankets to cover, and only the robe. Maybe you learned last week about the robes, so we had to wear a robe as a blanket. So it was very different. Then I do remember after someone donated bunk beds, And we love it because we never had a bunk beds. So the senior monks, they got a top bed, so I got a top one. So the little ladder, sometimes I switch with my other friends, and it was wonderful memories. So sometimes I'm telling these stories with the little monks. Now they don't have that experience. So also, there was one teacher, two teachers. They were wonderful two teachers. I am here because of them also because of Bhante Sujata. And so one, he's living in Australia, other one he's in Pittsburgh. In the evening, especially in the weekends, so we had a really hard schedule. We had to follow the schedule, waking up early in the morning at 4:30. So it is not easy. Sometimes we felt I want to go. So it was very hard. So, however, the weekends we had a free time. So there's one area. It is like a jungle. The 4 rooms for the senior monks, like a middle of the forest. So many trees, and every weekend we had 2 hours to go and play. But in order to play, we have to do everything perfectly. All the under 14 age monks, so I was under 14 that time, I can go and play. We can do whatever we want. We can climb the trees, we can fight with each other, and also the 2 teachers, they came and they also play with us. But who is not doing good, they can come and play. So that was the only time we had so much fun time. So now the monks, the little monks, they don't have, but we are not allowed to play. But our teachers, they want to teach us in different ways. So that how I studied. And also I do remember one day. So usually our monastery, the school, start at 1 p.m. The bell is ring, then we have to go to the hall to study the different classrooms. Then 5:30 the bell is ring, then it's the class done. Then one evening, right after the bell ring, I was so much hurry to go and change my clothes. I had a little suitcase. I had a few clothes, and I ran to my room, the long hall, the spooky hall. Then I wanted to grab some clothes, but I touched some rubbery. It was a long snake. I ran to outside. Then we were screaming, and some monk, they came and he took him out. So that's how we grew up in the temple. So now recently they built a 4-story long big building, and so the long old hall, it is gone. The 2-story building, and each little monks, they have a room. 2 monks live in there. They have a door, they can close the door. They have a privacy. So they have a little table, little rack, and they have they have everything to study and practice. But what I want to tell you, sometimes they are not happy. But I'm still enjoying my past. Some days I wasn't happy, but I still love it, how I study, how I spend time over there. Maybe when I tell you these stories, maybe your mind is going to your past, how you spend little childhood with your parents. So I'm always telling the students, the little monks, so I know this is hard, but one day you will be fine. You can finish your studies. And I remember right after I finished my studies, then I became a teacher. Then I got a little room, middle of the little jungle. I had a little bathroom and also little kitchen. So also the area most they don't like to go because surrounded by cemetery. So I used to live close to the cemetery because so that's how I live there. But the thing is, as I mentioned you, sometimes they are not happy. Then I always helping them, telling them, advising them. And I can see also, when I see, I know many people, you visited Sri Lanka and Thad, and you also. And then, and also, after I moved here, so I can see here, you have everything. Sometimes people, they are not happy. They are comparing, and they are always worrying. They are not content. They are not satisfied. But I can always see you have everything. to stay happy, stay relaxed. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I can see, hear people and hear life. And there's a wonderful story I'm always telling. Maybe some of you have heard this story from other monks. And the story is, we all know about the ravens, the crows, they are everywhere, the bird. And one day there was a raven, he was thinking, I want to find the most happiest, most beautiful bird in the world. Then he was thinking, then right away, who came to his mind? The parrot. He was thinking, I want to go and talk to parrot. Then he went to see the parrot. Then right after he went to see the parrot, he said, see, you are such a beautiful bird. Parrot has a very colorful, beautiful feathers, the beautiful beak. Also they can talk. And then raven told, you can talk, people love you, people want to protect you. They raise you as a pet. I think you are such a luckiest and beautiful and wonderful bird in this world. That's how I can see you. Then what say parrot? He said, yes, you're right. Thank you for saying that. But I think the world's most happiest and beautiful bird is peacock. You know about peacock? So then Raven was thinking, wow, I didn't think about that. Then Raven, he went to see the peacock. You know about peacock? He has a really beautiful feathers. People love him. The raven told, you know what? The peacock, people love you. Nobody going to hurt you. They want to protect you. I think you are the happiest and beautiful bird in this world. Then peacock said, you are right, but I'm not a happiest and beautiful bird in the world. I think the world's most happiest and beautiful bird is swan. And peacock was thinking, wow, that's right, I want to go and talk to swan. Then he went to see the swan, and he told, see, your feathers are wonderful, they are bright, pure white, people love you, nobody going to kill you. And then he was appreciating swan. He was listening. Then what swan told? It was very interesting. He said, yes, you are right. I know you met parrot. I know you met a peacock. Now you are finally here. But I am not the happiest and beautiful bird in this world. The world's happiest bird is you. He pointed at raven. Then what he said, see, you can fly everywhere. You can eat whatever you want. Sometimes some food we can eat, but you can eat whatever you want. You can sleep wherever you like. People are not going to kill you. And I think you are the happiest and beautiful bird in this world. I think you can also think the same way. I think you all are happiest and beautiful people in this world. Sometimes we are always comparing. So that's the nature of our mind, the nature of the human beings. We all are comparing. And the first thing is, in order to live a happy life, stop comparing. And that we always do. They do have this, but I don't have. People are always comparing. It is very bad. So stop comparing each other. And also, always Buddha taught us, and all the religions, the teachers, they are telling us. Last week, Tuesday, and me and Todd, we were at Antioch Community High School. We had a program. All the kids, they had many questions about Buddhism and Buddhist teachings and about our life. And sometimes they never met a monk. It was the first time they met a monk. Then I was also talking with them these teachings, and some had a really interesting questions. And I think it is very wonderful if you teach your kids to happy what you have, be satisfied what you have, then they will have a wonderful life. And I think this is the little message I want to tell you. And please think about and always be happy what you have. Don't try to compare your life to others. And you are such a wonderful, beautiful people. And also one more thing I want to tell you. And I know some people these days who come to temple, they are asking about our families. And some of you know in Sri Lanka, these days not good. And some of you are asking, and I just want to tell you, all the monks, our families, they are good. So the people are living good, but there's something going on and people want to change. So some people are concerning. I just want to tell you, our families and everyone, Bhante Sujat, he's there and everyone is doing good. And thanks so much for coming and have a beautiful day. Tyler, any announcements?
Good morning, everybody. Is this working? Yeah, it is. Wow, I've been away for about 6 weeks. This room is a lot fuller. You can feel people like reemerging back into connectedness. It's really nice. Bhante, thank you for your great talk.
Thank you.
Some evening, maybe 10 years ago, I'm in Sri Lanka, in Paradinia, right below the temple where those snakes were. And there's about 10 of us. And we had been in country 20 days by then. And so for my experience of Sri Lanka is you get there and you're overwhelmed with the beauty and you're so excited about the rice and curry for the first meal. And then all of a sudden you realize that there's rice and curry for the second and third and fourth meal. And so moving into like week 4 or 5 or 6, even the concept of rice and curry is revolting. And so we're at this space, this meal, and all of a sudden there's fresh salad being put on our plates. And so there's like 10 of us, and I see the salad arriving at everyone's plates, and I'm just like in like this euphoric, I'm having this euphoria. And then all of a sudden, I get afraid because, for 6 weeks, I had been like taking Pepto-Bismol before each meal and being really careful about what water I drink and very nervous about my system to not get ill. And lettuce was by my doctor father with Sri Lanka, and here all these fresh salads come out. So I lean over to Bhante and I said, Bhante, I'm so worried. Can we eat this? He's quiet for a minute, and he goes, no! And he takes my plate away and hands it back to the server. And everyone else eats the salad, and I got more rice and curry. And I was so mad. And I said, Bhante, why take my salad away? He goes, you'll get sick, because your mind already accepted sickness in association with the salad. So the next morning we go to Subodharam, and you walk up these stairs to this area where there's a big, beautiful Buddha in the middle, surrounded by 28 Buddhas all around, and I had been waiting for years to get to this space. Before we arrive to the top of the stairs, sitting at the top of the stairs is a giant poisonous snake. Maybe 4 feet on this side of the snake, 4 feet on this side of the snake, to get to the place I've longed to be for all these years. And I stop, and I'm mortified. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't go through. Well, you can imagine now what happens. Bhante goes, nope, you can't, go over there. And he takes a monk, has the monk escort me to another space, while everyone else in our group walks right by the snake and goes and sees the beautiful space. And so when we got back, this is the funny story. You guys all chant today, right? In the middle of our session, you chant. Well, we then repeat the English translation of the chant. We do that because of my revulsion to the lettuce and the snake. Because before that, we were just chanting, and I didn't know what we were chanting. It sounded cool. But after those 2 teachings about how mind is the forerunner of all states, we decided to start practicing in English so that we could capture that teaching, that we make stories come true through our mind, don't we? Isn't it a powerful lesson? So thank you for your snake story. That was really wonderful. I'm super excited to talk about something today that has just happened here. So who's been here a really long time, like longer than 10 years? Todd, yep, Jason, okay, a few of us. When we got here, this was not our place. This was a Unitarian church and had been for a very long time, and other churches 100 years before that. And when we got here, it looked entirely different, and we had these amazing stained glass that did not necessarily reflect what people would have thought of as a Buddhist temple's stained glass. And a lot of controversy swirled around that as we began the initial phases of renovation. And there was no controversy swirling Bhante with that. He was absolute that they would be remaining here. And that Jesus and Buddha would be residing together. However, the church that we bought, the congregation we bought this church from, they did have 9 windows in this other room that represented some meaning in the Unitarian Church. I think it might have been earth, wind, fire, elements kind of windows. They took those to their new space. And so for the last decade, we've had just fogged windows in that room. And so we're really, really pleased to announce that a long vision of ours is starting to come true. So if you look in there now, you'll see in the middle, there'll be 4 windows on either side. In the middle, there is a lotus, a beautiful lotus stained glass. And then over all the way to the right is the first of what will be 8 windows. And the first window is up. And you might not recognize the phrasing, and that's what I want to talk about for a minute. So those windows casually could be referred to as the Eightfold Path, something that many of us are referred to, are familiar with. And so the Eightfold Path in English translation and in casual terms, we refer to it as right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. And so I wanted to, Todd, you probably are the best versed person in-house to talk about this. Buddhism is anti-literal. That's how I like to call it. So there are probably 17 ways to talk about the Eightfold Path. Right concentration would be one way. Harmonious concentration might be another way. There's so many ways. In Buddhism, whenever you see something, assume that you might read it 10 different ways, meaning the same thing. But I looked up the definition of right today. So the definition is true or correct as a fact. So right concentration, right livelihood, right speech. Using the word right. And then you look up the definition, it says true or correct as a fact. There is a direct conflict with that word and the teachings of the Buddha, because the Buddha's core teaching is come and see, don't come and believe. Make sense? So I also looked up the word harmonious. The definition of harmonious is tuneful, not discordant, and free from disagreement or dissent. Tuneful, not discordant, free from disagreement or dissent. So think about the kind of the harshness of the word right and sort of the open spaciousness of the word harmonious, right? So we are thrilled to announce that our first stained glass is up, and we did, Bhante chose the word harmonious instead of right. And so using the liberal looseness that is allowed within Buddhism, he chose that. And it feels really, really lovely to see that happen. So I want to just ask you all to give real thanks to June and Dwayne. You guys have given us a huge gift donating those first 2 stained glass. And so on behalf of Bhante Sujatha and all of the congregation of the Blue Lotus Temple, we're so grateful for your generosity. Thank you so much. We have 7 more to go. So the lotus is up there, and our first stained glass is up. 7 more to go. We'll be announcing at Wasaka Day how families can get involved in generously participating in sponsoring the next 7. So we'll get into that at Wasaka Day, and we look forward to eventually seeing those complete. As with things at the Blue Lotus, usually we ruminate about them for a long time and manifest them in an instant. So my guess is that the empty glass that you saw for a decade will not be empty for very long now that the momentum has started. That's kind of how we roll. A couple of announcements. We have lunches today that we still have a few left. So if you want to order those in the bookstore, pickups between 11:30 and 12:30. You all know the procession comes outside back past by the downstairs door. So we'd be happy to have you order a few more of those as we have some extras. We have a big event coming up for Wasaka Day. This is our Buddha Day celebration. We're thrilled to be in person for the first time in a couple of years. And so we hope this to be a momentous one. And so we do have some opportunities for volunteer sign-up. So the table over there has about 4 different clipboards for various things that we need support on. Cleaning, setup, tear down, parade marshals, food prep, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're looking for a way to practice generosity in the form of physical action, we have lots of opportunity for that there. And then we also have financial needs. We have a lot of visiting monastics coming to help celebrate with us that day. And so we do have a tradition of handing them a gift of dana or generosity to help cover their expenses, whether they're driving or flying, their food, all of that. We keep them here in-house, but we have to get them here. And so we're asking for donations. You can sponsor a whole monk for $150. Or part of a monk for any denomination less than that, and the sign-up sheet is on the table over there. Really, that's about it. The only thing I want to end with is what happens when you dig into Buddhist study is one thing leads you to another, which then turns around and leads you to another, and then turns around and leads you to another. And so I'm really intrigued by our use of the word harmonious and what that means. And it turns out that the Buddha taught a specific lesson called the 6 Harmonies of living in community with mindfulness. And so I wanted to share those with you. One is to be harmonious physically, to be harmonious verbally, to be harmonious mentally, to be harmonious in the precepts that we keep, to be harmonious in the views that we hold, and to be harmonious in how we share and receive. So what's cool is we can have our Eightfold Path up there, but even a word within the words takes us to a whole new teaching and lesson and practice. So if you ever think you're done, you're sadly mistaken. The work continues. Thanks, everybody. I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you, Tyler, our wonderful board president. And I forgot to welcome new people. So if you have any new people, please raise your hand, say your name. We want to welcome. Okay, and please your name? Dan.
Hi, Dan. Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome to the temple.
Welcome.
David, welcome to the temple.
David, welcome.
Anyone new? Welcome to the temple. Welcome to the temple.
Welcome.
Okay, and we have a welcome package for you. Afterward, please come. And thank you so much for coming. And if you are new, you can...
One more quick announcement. Because we're starting to fill back up again, we just want to remind some folks of the procedures. So right now, masking is optional based on your own personal preference. And we're doing our best to just follow the most common protocol around that and asking everyone to really keep their mindfulness and take care of themselves and honor their own comfort with that. And as things change, we'll obviously announce it. Most of our classes are coming back in person. As far as our physical space, a reminder that anybody who sits on the back wall, that is the space where you can sit safely knowing you will not be in any pictures or in any social media. Everywhere else is open to possible pictures or posting on social, just, of group views. But if you're in the back row, that means that you will not be on any social. So I think that's partly why I'm rephrasing it, is I think we kind of lost, in the pandemic, we lost some of those procedures. So we're just kind of trying to firm that back up because I know some people really would prefer that to be the case. So.